Welcome back to the Home Stretch podcast. I am so excited about today's episode because we're tapping into a little bit of spiritual stuff today. I am definitely one for being a spiritual girly, and I'm here for the energy cleansing and the setting the intention. I'm just here for it, and I feel like when you buy your first house, it's quite important to clear the energy and to make it yours and make it feel like your space. So for today's episode, we are going to dive into how to clear that energetic space and how to welcome in new, exciting, vibrant energy for your new home. So whether you're into crystals and incense and fat red Buddhas at the front of the door, because trust me, I have got one there already, then this episode is definitely for you. So diving in a little bit first into why clearing an energy space is important and why it really matters. You have to think of your home as like a sponge, right? It's going to absorb energy. It's going to absorb emotions, stress, trauma, things that have happened in a home from previous owners. It's just going to get trapped and going to feel quite stagnant in the house. I don't know if you've ever been around certain people's homes or even when you've viewed certain houses and you've just felt the energy was a bit off or something just didn't quite feel right. That is the energy of the house that has been left there by the previous owners. So a house can look clean, like physically, but energetically it could be really stuffy, and we're here to cleanse it. And I'm going to show you a few things that I done to cleanse the space of your brand new home. So personally, this house has the most incredible energy. Even when we viewed it, I was like, it just feels so homely, nice, and just like loving. Like you can just tell that the owners previously were just so loving, kind, and just nice people because it showed in the home. And it just felt very comforting. That's a kind of word I can describe it as, or calming. I felt at home when I was viewing it, which is weird because we didn't even put an offer in. It just had such a nice vibe, and it still does. Even though it had this really nice like energy, I still did a little bit of cleansing because I feel like even with any house, I think it's still quite important to do a little cleanse, just so in your mind you're setting the intention of the new memories you're bringing in, the new experiences you're bringing in, like that sort of thing. So you're kind of cleansing the space to start from fresh. So how did I do this? I use incense sticks. Now, some people can use Palo Santo wood. That smells incredible. But I use incense sticks. So you're going to want like something to put the excess incense, smoky, dusty bits on because you don't want it like falling around your house. But basically what you want to do is before starting anything, make sure there is a window open in each room, even if it's just ajar a little bit, because this basically flows the energy out. So whatever you're cleansing is flown out of the window, if that kind of makes sense. If you have all the windows closed, it's going to keep whatever energy is inside. So make sure the window's open. It's like, when you're in a room for ages and there's not a window open and it just feels really stuffy, and the second you open the windows and it lets the air go through, it just automatically feels like fresher and cleansier. Cleansier, is that a word? It just feels more clean and more like like you can actually breathe again. Like that's kind of what we're doing here. So small window, little bit open, have an incense stick or Palo Santo wood, that sort of thing. You're basically going to want to go clockwise in every single room with the incense stick or the Palo Santo wood. And some people like to use feathers to feather the energy into the corners and stuff. But for me, I just kind of do a little shake of my wrist in the corners. So I usually go in the top corners and the bottom corners of each room and going round in clockwise. And you're going to want to do that in every single room. Now, while you're doing this, you're going to want to set intentions at the same time. So you're going to probably say things like, I release what no longer serves me and I welcome in peace and protection. Or I release this old energy and I bring in new energy for however many years to come, just so you're setting the intention of removing the old stagnant energy and bringing in nice, new, welcoming, protected, safe energy. One other thing that you can do that I didn't do personally, but salt is actually a really good protector for a house and just in general. So sometimes people can put it like in the doorway, so like by the front door, by the back door, that sort of thing. But obviously it's salt, so it's just like there. Or some people have like salt bowls. So basically having a bowl of salt with like Himalayan salt or something in it, or sea salt. You don't want to use just table salt, and putting that around the house because that absorbs the negative energy as well. Or sometimes you can actually wipe down like handles and stuff with salt water. Sounds so weird, but yeah, it's a thing that you can do. Obviously, that's a bit more extreme on the extreme side of things. If you feel like the energy is really, really heavy and you want to release something, that is something that you can do. So using salt is very, very good. So another thing that I absolutely love, which I actually think we're going to do something here with crystals. I love a kind of crystal shelf just full of my crystals. I have so many, and I haven't got a proper place for them yet. I'm like, what am I doing? But crystals around the home are a beautiful way of inviting energy. And when it comes to crystals, it is so important to cleanse them. Make sure, they're not holding stagnant energy, because that is a thing. If you don't properly cleanse your crystals, they're taking in and absorbing the energy, but it's not being released. If you do have crystals or you do want to use crystals, definitely do some research into how that specific crystal can be cleansed, because they're all different. Some crystals can't be cleansed with sunlight, some can be cleansed with water, some can't. So you just need to research the crystal and understand it like in detail. But crystals are amazing. I love them. We've got a few in the kitchen and then the rest are upstairs in my office. That's why I'd love to have them just like out and somewhere where I can see them all the time. They are just amazing. If you're looking for specific things, so for example, protection of the home, some crystals that are great are like black tourmaline, obsidian, I think it's obsidian, black obsidian. That's also good. So you can get these crystals and place them around the house, maybe by the windows, and again, make sure that they're properly cleansed fairly often, because if they're absorbing anything negative, they need to be properly cleansed. A great crystal for the bedroom is a rose quartz. I love that crystal so much. It's pink and beautiful and so nice. And you can get crystals that are in like heart shapes, and I feel like that is so rose quartzy like. It's just amazing. So having like rose quartz in the bedroom is great. If you have a study or an office, tiger's eye is a really, really great crystal for it, because the colours are beautiful on tiger's eye. It's probably one of my favourite crystals actually. It's a great crystal for like focus, motivation, and like alleviating procrastination. I have one in my office, and every time I see it, it reminds me of like, I need to get stuff done. I need to work. And I just love it being in that position, and it just amplifies my energy in the office, and I'm so focused, like it's crazy. Another great crystal for attracting money and prosperity into the home is citrine. That's a really beautiful yellowy kind of goldy kind of colour. You can do a few things with citrine. You can either put it maybe in the kitchen, or you get like a money corner of a house in Feng Shui, which I'm going to do a whole episode on, by the way, because I love Feng Shui. And I'm pretty sure, if I stand corrected, it's when you look through the front door, it's the back right hand corner of your house. So let's say like I'm on the camera for people that are watching. The front door is here. This is your house. The money corner will be diagonal to the right in the corner. I think it's either in the right or it's either in the left. I can't remember, so don't hold me to it, but that is where the money corner is. And having a citrine crystal in that corner is great. I mean, we don't have one there just yet because I cannot remember if it's left or right, but having a citrine in your money corner of the house is really, really good. And if even having one like in your wallet or in your purse, things like that, that will attract abundance and prosperity as well, if it's not just house that you're looking for. Now, another thing that I love, and I have two, but some people probably just won't have these because they're not the average thing that you have in a house, but singing bowls are a great way of using sound frequencies to clear the energy space in your house. I love singing bowls so much. Now, I remember going to a friend's house once and her dad had one, and I've never used one before, and I was so excited, and I was like, can I try it? And she's like, yeah, sure. I was so bad at it. I couldn't get a good, thing around it to actually make it sound anything good. And my friend then went to, where did she climb? My friend then went to Nepal, and she brought me back a singing bowl. And this singing bowl was like handmade from someone in Nepal. It's incredible. And the sound that comes out of it is something out of this world. It's beautiful. And I feel like every time I use one, you can feel the vibrations in your hand go down your body. And it gives me goosebumps when I think about it. You can literally feel the vibrations in your hands while you're doing it. And it goes all the way through your body. It's an incredible feeling. So if you have a singing bowl, go around the rooms, each room of the house, and use that, and give it intentions while you're doing it. Like I'm cleansing this space and bringing in positive prosperity to this home, or I release anything that no longer serves this house, and bringing in the best time that we're going to spend here. And anything that comes to mind that feels natural, or if you need prompts or help, just go and chat GPT. That's another way that you can help cleanse the energy of your new home, and all of them in unison together is just perfect. And it's just something that all the spiritual girlies need to feel at home in their new home. One thing I will say when it comes to the energy space of your house, it is gonna take some time for it to feel like your house. And it's a very weird feeling because you would have been in the house for a couple weeks, maybe even a couple months, and it still just doesn't feel like yours. It is very, very normal, and a lot of buyers go through it. It just doesn't feel like your house. You kind of feel like you're living in a hotel. You kind of feel like it's somewhere you're staying temporarily and you're going to be moving out soon. Like, it just doesn't feel real. And it's probably because you go through so much stress with delays and things like that, that when you are finally in, it's like, oh my God, like this is crazy. What I will say is ways to kind of help with that is to make it your own. So buy certain, things to make it look like your home. So decorative stuff, or painting walls different colors, or changing the kitchen cabinets and things like that. I feel like adding your personal touches really makes it feel like your home. And I think it started feeling like our home for me, like 2 months after we moved in. It was really weird. And I kept saying to Nathan, like, this still doesn't feel like a house, does it? And it is a weird feeling, and you will eventually get over that, and it will start to feel more homely and more like your space. Things just take time. Don't be confused or annoyed if it doesn't feel like your house straight away, because it's very normal. And yeah, just wanted to let you know that even adding all your furniture and stuff and cleansing your space, it still can take quite a long time to really settle. You're not alone. It's very normal. And I promise you, in time, it will feel like your house. So that was a very short and sweet episode because, I don't want to dive too deep into the spiritual side of things because it might be a bit woo-woo for some people. I absolutely love it and I could talk about it all day. But who knows? I might dive a little bit deeper into stuff like this if you guys find it interesting, because I certainly do. But yeah, I hope you found something in there useful. If you decide to do a cleanse on your new house, please let me know and tell me what you did, because we're all here to make our new space our space. So I hope you liked it as much as me, because I loved it. I'm not gonna lie. And yeah, I really hope to dive a bit deeper into things like that, because I love it. Feng Shui episode is coming up. I can promise you that. Again, thank you so much for listening, guys, and I hope to see you next time.